any circuits inside. So your USB keyboard must support the PS2 protocol if it has to be used through your USB to PSD to PS2 adapter for this computer. It has two serial ports, TTL or RS32, and it supports a printer port, an LPT port. It has 8 analog to digital inputs, I2C, and all these things are controlled, can be controlled through the BASIC of this computer. It runs Tiny Basic and features an embedded BASIC editor. It can run chip 8 programs, S-chip, and the 8080 programs, and of course the AVR native binaries. You can store 8 programs into its internal flash memory, and each program can have up to maximum of 95 lines of basic code. But this is not a limitation, basically, because you have 8 programs that can be stored in this computer, and you can cross-call between the different 8 programs. You can cross-call code, so you can extend the total lines of the basic code you can write to up to 8 times by 95 lines of code. And this is something that you should know. You are not limited to 95 lines of basic code in each of your programs. There is a function that is called call in BASIC, and you can use this function to extend your program to more positions into the memory of the CB2 micro. So you can use, for example, all the 8 positions in the desktop of this CB2 micro to accommodate a single program. And what else? Yes, as it comes pre-programmed, the CB2 micro, it has already loaded inside the terminal program a color terminal, an X-modem transfer, which you can do, and you can do, of course, PC connectivity, networking, and other things that you can see in the website. And there's a list, as you saw before, with lots of games, applications, libraries, and hardware extensions. And you can also configure this computer to automatically execute a program on boot time. So if you want to use this computer for a single program that it will automatically run when it boots up, you can do that. For example, you may want to use this computer as a controller for something, as an alarm, or whatever you wish for. So you're not limited to having it connected to a PC, to a TV monitor or a PS2 keyboard. You can just use it to execute a single program. Monitor, for example, some inputs from the analog to digital ports, or output some signals, and all these things. And of course, I have made this kit as to be easy to assemble with only through-hole components. And yeah, the main goal was to create something that would be cheap for people to buy, and easy and fun to build by their own, or with their kids, to learn their kids how to solder and how to build a complete project, and then introduce their kids into programming. This is a very nice approach, a very nice example you can do with this little computer. You can introduce your kids to basic electronics and also programming. Enough talking. This is my CB2 microcomputer kit that I have currently built, and I have connected it to my TV using the SCART connector, and I have hooked up a serial connector for transferring programs from the computer to it, and in reverse from it to the computer. And I have also hooked up a prototype board with an external flash which is useful because you can store all your programs into this flash. It can accommodate 250 up to 255 programs, so you don't need well, imagine it as a hard drive for this project. I'll explain later on how this works. So here we are back in the computer, and I would like to show you a few things about the basic operation of the computer. So when you boot up your computer, you will see this screen, and afterwards you will see the desktop. And I apologize a bit about the bad geometry of the desktop, but I had to put the camera a little bit lower, and you will see this desktop, and this basically has different programs here. You have, as I call them, program positions. You have position 1 through position 8, and you can navigate from the arrow keys on your keyboard to these positions. And if you notice at the very bottom, there is a small menu with different colors, red, yellow, green, blue, and magenta, and you can control different things about this computer with this menu. And the way you do it is its menu option here is represented by one of the keys of your keyboard: the escape, the F1, the F2, the F3, and the F4. And for example, this one, the red one, if it had an option into it, I'll show you later on an option there, is represented by the escape. And when you click F1, you choose edit, and when you click F2, you choose save, and when you click F3, you choose the load, and when you click F4 in the keyboard, you choose the run. And you have also a secondary menu, and by holding the control key of your keyboard down, you can again push escape, F1, F2, F3, and F4. So if you see, I now click the control key on the keyboard and hold it down, and then I can click F1 for copy, F2 for send, F3 for receive, and F4 for clear. So you basically control the computer with the combination of these keys. And okay, let's go to our programs. For example, I have an empty program space here, the position 2, and I want to write my first basic program. So what I do is I click F1 to edit this program. So I click F1 on the keyboard, and now we are at the embedded editor, embedded basic editor of the computer. And now you can start writing your first basic program. And as you write here your basic program, this editor has different features. So let's write some nonsense here in these lines. And if you see the menu here at the bottom, you have again some options here. You have the exit, you have the name, the save, reload, and run. The exit is represented by the escape, and the name by the F1, the save by the F2, and so on. And again, if you press and hold the control, you have another set of options here represented by control F1, control F2, control F3, and control F4 buttons. So let's say you're writing a small program, and let's write something here. My name, and you want to find a specific string inside this program. You can click the control and F, control F, like in the computer, and you see that a find line appears at the top, and you have to type there at the exact case the string that you want to find. So for example, if I click Costas, cost, for example, and I press enter, it finds me the line where the string is. And you and you get out of this search mode by pressing the escape. And now you have some other options here that would be useful to you. Let's say, for example, that I have written my first basic program and I want to insert a line at some point. The way you do it is you're clicking the right Alt of your keyboard and insert. Alt, insert, Alt, insert. And you free lines and you shift the next lines below. You free lines to write something in these lines. And also, if you click the right Alt key in your keyboard and press Delete, Alt Delete, Alt Delete, it deletes a line and shifts the next lines each time one line before. So this is a very useful feature when you're writing programs. And what else? Yeah, you have different options here. For example, you want to save this program, you click the Save menu. But let's first give a name on this program. So we will click F1, and now the cursor has gone to the top of this program. And type prog1, for example. Click Enter, press Enter, and then you can save your program by clicking F2. And it asks you to save program. Yes, I saved the program now. So you can now exit the program by clicking Escape. And here is your prog1. And you can again edit it. And you can, of course, run it by pressing F4. Of course, there's nothing valid to be, that has been read here. There is a syntax